Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Cafe. My name is Mohammed Ali and in this tutorial we are going to implement the push notification feature in our chat application using the Firebase cloud messaging, and we will implement it obviously for both, for receiving the notifications in the background as well as in the foreground. So for that, first of all, you need to just go to Google and type FCM, which means Firebase cloud messaging, and you will see this, which is Firebase Cloud Messaging Google. Just click on it. So it will redirect you to this page, which is Cloud Messaging Introduction basically. So basically here I will suggest to read the whole documentation just for your clear understanding. Otherwise you can skip it if you want. I will also explain these things according to our chat application. So basically let's say here some steps, which is the implementation path, which is to set up the FCM SDK and then develop your client app, and then the next thing is to develop your app server. And for this basically we will use the Firebase already, which is our Firebase SDK. So what we need to do is, as you know that we will be using it for the Android. So here you will see this one, which is Android. So first of all we need to set up an Android client, and if you come here to this page, then we have already done these things, which is already in our app. The important thing is to add this thing, which is to add the service, which is Firebase messaging service, which is required if you want to do any message handling beyond receiving notifications on apps in the background. To receive notification in foreground apps, or to receive data payload, to send upstream messages and so on, you must extend this service. So yeah, we will be needing this. Hopefully you understand this. And now come back to the Android Studio, come here to the Android manifest, and inside the Android manifest and inside this application below this activity, let's just add this. And now what we are going to do is we need to create a separate package for our notifications. So right click on your application package, new package, and the name of this directory will be notifications. This one here, you can see it. Now we need to create our my Firebase messaging. Let's just give it this name. So notifications, right click on notifications, new Kotlin file class, and by my Firebase messaging, let's create this. Okay, now here we need to give this location to here, to our this class, which is my Firebase messaging. So inside notifications you can set dot notifications, and the class name is my Firebase messaging, which you can see here, and we can say that enabled true. Now the next thing that we need is to add a service for the Firebase instance ID. So for that, come here to the browser and just Google this thing, which is Firebase instance ID manifest code, and you will see this thing. Just click on it, firebase.google.com.docs reference slash android slash com slash google slash firebase slash this thing. Here you can see, hopefully you can see the URL here, or you can just Google it and you will see this thing, which is on token refresh. Just click on it, and from here you can just copy this service, which is, you can also type this manually, by the way, if you do not want to Google it, but just for the time saving I Google it. And you can just copy this service from here, and then let's just paste it down below. So now we need to create our my Firebase instance ID class. So notifications, new Kotlin file class, which is my Firebase instance ID. Okay, and now let's just give it inside the notifications. We have my Firebase instance ID. You can see that. So yeah, that's it. Now enable to true. Inside our my Firebase messaging, let's just implement this class quickly to extend the Firebase messaging service. And here we have a function by the name on, method by the name on, message received. And let's change the object name for this remote message. Instead of PO, we can say M remote message, member remote message, which is the object name. I mean, we just give it, just rename the object name for it. Civil sent t equals to remote message m remote dot text sent it. And then for the user, remote message dot data user, shared preferences, let's give it name as shared ref equals to get shared preferences EREFS ref contacts dot mode private current online user shared ref dot get string, and we will pass it by the name current. I mean, what it will receive by the name is pass or receive the using the preferences. It will be by the name current user none. Let's get the Firebase user, so we can say Firebase user Firebase auth dot get instance dot current user. So you can say that if Firebase user not equals to null and send it become equals to the Firebase user dot UID. If the current online user not equals to null and if build dot version dot SDK int is greater or equals to build dot version codes dot 0. Sorry, it is not 0, it is O. If you just write dot, you will see this, okay, which is Oreo. O stands for Oreo. So if the build version SDK is greater or equals to the version code for the Oreo, then we will send the Oreo notification. Otherwise we will just send, oh sorry, we have already added this. Otherwise we will send the notification, other notification. So for the Oreo we will send the send Oreo notification. We will pass the m remote message to it as parameter. Otherwise in the else statement we can send just send notification. There is a difference between the Oreo notification and just this one, just send notification. And we will now implement these functions. So let's just first implement this one. Let's create function send Oreo notification. So we will pass the user alongside with it by using, let's just copy this, come back here, we can say well user mRemote message, and by the way this is the object name which is receiving here as a parameter. So mRemote message dot data user, the icon of the app, so we can say icon, and then the title, and then the body of the notification, so we can say body, user icon title body. Make sure to change the variable in here. This is our body for the notification. We can say notification equals remote message dot notification user dot repeat. And before adding these, make sure to add the double quotations in these. We can say that slash slash d dot to reject comma, and we will replace it with a null. Null was this as empty dot to int intent message activity message chat activity class dot java. For user click on the notification which will be received in the phone, then we will send the user to the message chat activity for that specific user. I mean, we will write the code for it now. So anyway, as well, bundle equals to bundle intent dot put extra bundle put extras pass the user ID alongside with it, so we can say intent dot put string, sorry, bundle dot put user ID comma, pass the user with it. Let's add flags to this intent, so we can say add intent dot clear activity, flag activity clear top, well pending intent equals to pending intent dot get activity this comma j comma intent comma pending intent dot flag one short. And for the sound we can say, well, default sound equals to ringtone manager dot get default type URL ringtone manager dot type notification. Oreo notification Oreo. Let's create a class by the name Oreo notification. So just quickly implement this. Right click on notifications, new Kotlin file class by the name Oreo notification, and we have to pass, I mean it will receive as a parameter which is bash context. Then we can say context wrapper private variable notification manager, which will which is an object of our notification manager class. Let's initialize this with a null, and since this is Oreo, so we have to write the target API. We can say that build dot version code dot Oreo, right? Oh, private one create channel equals to notification channel, and basically here we have to pass three things. So one is the channel ID, which is basically our application package name, and the other one is the channel name, which is basically our app name. So let's give it name as channel underscore ID. We will create this now. So channel comma channel name, and the third thing is basically our notification manager dot importance default. And let's initialize this, I mean let's give values to it. So we will use the companion of, so private const. First of all, we have the channel ID, so we can initialize this with our package name. For that, we need to go to our build.gradle module app, and from here all we will need is just copy the application ID, and then we can just paste that here. The second thing that we need is basically, let's just copy paste this here. The second one is the channel name, and it is, you can give it name as messenger app or messenger chat app, whatever the name of your application is, or any name you want to it. Messenger app will be a good name. Okay, so messenger app. And since we are creating this notification for the Oreo, so we have to add a condition in the initialization, which is init. So here we can add the same condition which we just did here, which is this one. Copy this and come back here and just paste this. If the build version SDK is greater or equals to Oreo, then what we're gonna do is we are going to create channel, and it will return the notification manager. Oh, sorry, not this one. There is our create channel, so we can say that channel dot enable lights false, and cut this target API from here since, and paste it with this one. Okay, or with our create channel function. So can say that channel dot enable vibration to true, channel dot lock screen visibility equals to notification dot visibility private, and make sure to import the right classes. Please make sure to keep your eye here whenever I import anything. Okay, one is the notification directory, which is this one, by the way it is notifications, and one is the android.app. Okay, and there are also some other notification remote message available, I mean other classes. So I just import this one, which is Android app. Otherwise you will get errors if you import the wrong library for the notification class here. You will get the manager which you will create now. So let's give it name as manager. Get manager dot create notification channel. We'll pass channel to it. So in order to get the manager, we can just copy it. We can say, well, get which is notification manager get. If the notification manager is null, so you can notification manager equals to get system service context dot notification service as notification manager. Otherwise we will return the notification manager. We need to create the get Oreo notification function here. It will receive some parameters which will be of string type, string data type. Then the body which will also be of string data type. The padding intent pending intent which will be of type pending intent, and then sound URI for the tone. So we can give it name as sound URI, which will be obviously of type URI. And the last one is the icon type string. Now let's just create this function. So make sure to write this parameter which this function will receive, which is get Oreo notification. So now we can return the notification builder, notification dot builder, pass the application context to it, the channel ID which is basically our app package name, dot set content intent pending intent dot set content title. The title will be title dot set content text store inside the body dot set small icon dot to int dot set sound to the URI, here by the name sound URI, dot set auto cancel to true. Let me just break this so that we can see the parameters easily. Colon notification dot builder, and make sure to add the target API here since it is for the Oreo, so you have to specifically add this here. So yeah, that's it. Make sure to add non-asserted call if it shows an error. So anyways, now come back here, and here we can say that Oreo notification is the context, which is this builder notification dot Oreo notification dot get Oreo notification. And as you know that get Oreo notification needs some parameter. The first one is basically the title, the second one is the body, the third one is basically the intent, which is pending intent, and then the next one is the default sound, and the next one is basically the icon. So yeah, that's it. And now after this, if j is greater than 0, let's assign j to I, and then we can say Oreo notification dot get manager dot notify I comma builder dot build. So this is for the Oreo. Now if the version is greater than the Oreo, then the next one is we have to implement this function send notification. So let's just create function send notification, and for this copy this whole code from the send Oreo notification function and then paste it inside this. And for this here, after the when we set the default, after the default sound, when we set the when we send the Oreo notification, instead of this, what we need to do here is basically remove this Oreo notification, both of these, and come here to the Oreo notification.cat file, and from here we need to copy something. Copy this code, which is notification.builder. Copy this and come back here. Now you will change it. So well builder equals to, and paste that code here. And now let's do the changes. So we can say notification.builder equals notification compact dot builder, or the context to it, dot set small icon, which you can just cut from here and paste it here. Then we have the title, then the body, and then we have set auto cancel to true, and dot set sound to the default sound. I think we have imported the wrong library for the notification builder and notification compact, but anyways we will check it now. So for that, let's just come here to the top, and here anyways let's just complete this, then we will take care of that. So well, get system context dot notification server as notification manager, and then we can say naughty dot notify I builder dot build. And I'm really sorry, remove this. This builder is of type notification dot builder equals to notification compact dot builder, and also make sure to change this to notification compact dot builder, notification compact dot builder. So this is all about our the Firebase messaging. Now come here to the my Firebase instance ID. So whenever, let's say, user has sent message to user B, then for each notification we need a token. So that will be basically a unique token which will send, or you can say recognize, that specific notification from device to device. That is, let's say in one message user has sent how are you to user B. So that one message will be basically, it will have their own token. So inside the my Firebase instance ID, we can say that it will basically extend our same Firebase messaging service. And here we will have a function by the name on new token, this one. And here we can say that, let's just quickly add the Firebase user instead of typing it. Refresh. And by the way, if you want to read about it in details, then come here, and inside our setup and Android client, if you scroll a little bit, then here you will see this thing which is access the device registration token. Okay, and you will just see here why we need to refresh the token and why we need to send this token. You will see all this thing here, so I will suggest to please read this one time. So anyways, this is the second step, and let's just complete this quickly. So you can say that Firebase instance ID dot get instance dot token. If the Firebase user is not null, then we will update the token, and we have to pass this as a parameter, which is our refresh token. So let's just create this function quickly, which received this as a parameter, which is refresh token. And you will be thinking that from where, I mean, how we will know that we will send, how we will identify the specific user, that is user A, let's say John, and user B, Muhammad Ali. So as you know that each of them carry their own unique ID, which we get, I mean the authentication ID, hopefully you know that, I mean the data which is inside the database in our users node. For each user has their own ID. So basically we will recognize each user using their ID, and for each notification, as I told you, we will create a separate parent node in our database by the name tokens, which will contain the each token, I mean each ID for a specific notification, you can say, with the help of which we can you can say that we can send notification from user A to user B, which is, let's say, from John to Muhammad Ali. So anyways, let's create a reference, and it will be a reference basically to the tokens node which we will create now. So Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference dot child, and for all tokens we will create a separate parent node by the name tokens. And let's get the token, so we can say token, sorry, not this one. So in order to get the token, we need to create a class for it inside our notification. So let's just quickly do that. Class, it will be by the name token, and inside the tokens parent node, basically we will have only one child, which will be by the name token, and it will be obviously of type string, and we will basically save the token and all these things once we implement our this notification. So anyway, let's just quickly complete. So we will have a constructor, an empty constructor basically, then a constructor with parameters. So we can just right click here, generate constructor with the parameter. Select this, press OK, and then getter and setter for this one child, which is token. So we can say fun get string and return the token. This dot token, let's do token. Now let's come back here, and here we can say, from here we can get the tokens we can set, which is basically over this one. Okay, token. Pass the refresh token. So you can say reference dot child firebase user dot uid dot set value to token.